Welcome back, folks. Remember, we're going to be reviewing Oktoberfest beers all throughout the month of October. And we're going to do it today with Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer.
Woody.
What?
It's wrong.
What do you mean?
You mispronounced it.
I'm pronouncing it wrong?
You're pronouncing it wrong.
Well, how do you pronounce it?
Hofbräu. Hofbräu.
Hofbräu.
Hofbräu.
Hofbräu.
You got it.
Hofbräu. Okay, well, I stand corrected. Today we're going to be reviewing Hofbräu, and that is one of the 6 beers that are allowed in the Munich Oktoberfest. We're going to find out what makes this beer tick, and we're going to do it on Okay, folks, just as promised, we're going to be reviewing this Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer, if I can even pronounce it right. I'm not German, so my apologies if I got the pronunciation wrong, but that's what I understand. Hofbräu, I love that. It's good to learn things, you find things out and you learn things about beers, or you learn things about just about anything, and well, that's what makes life special, isn't it? So anyway, we are going to be reviewing this Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer. Again, it's one of the 6 that are allowed in the Munich Oktoberfest. I know, Oktoberfest is gone. We get it. But here in America, we're going to be celebrating it all October long. In fact, last weekend, we did have a little small Volksfest, right, if you want, downtown Greer, and it was fantastic. One of the best ones I've seen around here. And we've had our version of Oktoberfest before, but this one, well, I gotta say, it was exceptional this year. So anyhow, not to waste any more time, we are going to crack in to this Hofbräu, right? Hofbräu? Yeah, they're saying yeah. Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer, okay? And this is from Munich. There is going to be some information in the beer specs about the history and the location and the brewery there in Munich. So let's go ahead and get cracking with this. I'm going to see if I can open this again close to the microphone so you can hear it. Not much of a release of the gas, just slightly. Hopefully you can be able to hear it. And again, I'm going to be pouring it into my chilled mug. I don't like frozen mugs. I like chilled mugs. This one has a lot of condensation on it. This is not frost. This does not have nothing having to do with anything being in the freezer. It's been in the refrigerator. Okay. Again, we're going to pour this. I'm actually going to pour it a little bit more upright, a little bit more direct. Because I want to be able to get some of that head in there like you would at Oktoberfest. So it's going to come out of the keg like that. It's going to get really glass proud here in a second. Okay, a little down the side there. Okay, that's fine. It kind of lends to the, Oktoberfest. Everything is sloshing around. People are having a good time. They're cheering. They're getting up on their chairs or their stools or the benches. Can't get on the tables there. That's what I understand. Anyway, they're having a great time. They're loving it. And I'm feeling I'm going to love this beer too. Now, first of all, it did waft up at me, and I can smell the hops. It's not an overabundance of hops. It's not something that grabs you, but I can definitely tell that there is hops in this beer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can finish pouring the rest of it. It did get a little bit overfilled here, but that's okay. I do have a coaster. It's going to absorb any remainder, and it's got a great head to it. Remember, we're going to be judging this on the 5 categories of the Beer Judge Certification Program. That's the aroma, the appearance, the taste, okay, the mouthfeel, and then, of course, the overall impression. I don't think I need to say much about the overall impression for this beer, but we'll get to that. Now, let's take a minute and enjoy the aroma. Oh, that's a smell I haven't smelled in a long time. It's unlike any of the Oktoberfest beers that I have had recently in terms of this channel. This is going to have a lot more of that hoppy upfrontness, almost like a Pilsner. It's going to have a lot of, oh gosh, you won't smell the malt in the same sense. And it might be the water interacting with, of course, the, with the hops, but you smell that hops. And by the way, in this, I've gotten the specs as to what types of hops that they're using. I didn't see any of the 4 noble hops. Okay. So I'm kind of surprised about that. But anyway, it's not floral. It doesn't smell like a leaf of some sort. It's more of a direct Bohemian, Bavarian hop. It's got a distinct smell to it. Okay. It's not going to be like an IPA. Okay. An IPA can be all sorts of things. It can have a plant taste to it, maybe a pine taste to it, oddly enough, believe it or not, a tobacco taste to it. But you could have something like that in a hoppy type of beer. In this case, it's not. It's not necessarily spicy either. Okay. But once you smell it, you know it. It interacts with the malt naturally, extremely well. These Germans here in Munich know how to brew their beer. It goes without saying that this is going to be a fantastic beer. Now, the appearance, as you saw, the foam came up, the head came up to the top and a little bit over, and that's fine. And it's since receded down to about half. And it's going to be large to medium bubbles, some fine. So it's a good mixture all through about the bubbles. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't even know how to explain the bubbles. It almost looks like dishwater that has been, that's been mixed up very well. You've got a lot of great head. Maybe you've poured your water into the dishwater so that it gets that nice creamy foam. That's the description of it. Doesn't mean that it's going to be, doesn't mean that it's going to be dishwater by any stretch of the imagination. It's starting to recede. A few Brussels lace around here. Hopefully I can show you a little bit of the Brussels lace that is coming through on the side of the glass. Not too awfully much, but it's there. I don't know if it has anything to do with the humidity that we have here. We do have a little bit of humidity. We've got rain that's been going on. The bubbles, of course, are going down. The head's going down a little bit. It's time to do the taste. So we've seen the appearance. Oh, by the way, the appearance of the color. I'm going to say an SRM of about 3, maybe 4. I'm going to see if I can show you what it looks like here. If you can see it through the paper here, it's about that way. Hopefully the video will show it pretty faithfully. But at this particular point, it's going to be more of a nice, good golden color, much like you would a Pilsner, not a light color. Okay, it's not light at all. It's kind of a medium. It's what you would expect and what you see in the pictures of Hofbräu, right, beer, there on YouTube or in Google Images. Go look at the Google Images. That's where I found a lot of this from. But it's got a nice, exceptionally clear. I mean, it is gin clear. Okay. Now we're going to do the taste. Malty, malty, malty. Hoppy. Yes. Hoppy on the back end. It doesn't have a bite to it, but you can definitely tell that there's hops here. And by the way, I did get the IBU for this, International Bittering Units, for this one. Very smooth, very easily drinkable. Naturally, you want something that you can drink for a good amount of time, especially in the big 1-liter Mosses. That's the big mugs that they have. In fact, at some point, I'm going to be pulling one of those off the shelf here. Oh, I'll do it on my Paulaner. Yeah. It doesn't have that metallic taste like I had explained before. And again, the metallic taste is not a detractor. It's actually pretty good in these beers. And you know that because of the water and the type of hops that they use, and believe it or not, even the malt. It's gonna give it that little bit special. Absolutely fantastic. You've got that lovely hop flavor that lends to the I mean, it's almost chewy. It's almost I can't explain it. It's not an herbal taste to it. Okay, it's not something like you would just say, okay, I'm chewing these herbs, but it is sort of an herbal flavor. A little bit. It's more on the back end. It's more on the back side of the tongue. It's almost a bitter, but it's not a bitter. Okay, you've got that balanced with the malt that gives it the sweet and the bitter at the same time. Very drinkable. Now for the mouthfeel. So it's not overly carbonated. We saw how I poured it. I poured it more or less directly into the mug here. As you would go into Oktoberfest, they're really trying to get this beer out. They're pouring it. It's going to foam up. It's going to come right to the liter mark or the half-liter mark, depending on what you get. So it's going to come right up to there once everything is settled. Now, this doesn't fill the half liter. This is 330 milliliters, which of course is not a half liter. So you're going to see it being poured and the head comes up and it's just going to be that beautiful head that you normally see, that nice, beautiful white foam that is coming up. And you're thinking, wow, I'm at Oktoberfest. I'm definitely at Oktoberfest. So it's not got a lot of that carbonation in it at the moment. Well, naturally, that came out when I poured it. But it does still have it. So it's not going to go into your mouth and explode with carbonation. It's going to go into your mouth. Whatever's remaining is going to release out, and it's going to enhance your taste experience because it's going to release some of that flavor into your mouth. It's not sweet. It's not sweet. It's not dry either. But it's not sweet. It's kind of a medium of the road there. It is designed for drinkability. It's designed to sit down and drink that beer and drink it for an extended period of time. Yes, very much so. It's not heavy on flavor either. It's not going to be something that just smacks you in the face, not like a Pilsner. It's going to be something that is very, very flavorful. It's not an American lager, naturally. It has those qualities that lend to just knowing that you are drinking a nice, fine, well-balanced German beer, especially the Oktoberfest, the Hofbräu. Okay, I learn something every day. Anyhow, that's the mouthfeel. Overall impression. Come on. I mean, I said this before. Pretty much every Oktoberfest beer that I have reviewed so far has been from Germany. What can you say? I mean, the Germans know how to make their beers. This is exceptional. I actually, believe it or not, have had a comment online to say, well, this is kind of the medium of the road German beer at Oktoberfest. Maybe, maybe not. We'll find that out later on with the other ones that I have here. But I would say, overall impression, yes. If you can find this beer, find it, get it, try it. It is Oktoberfest beer, so if you're lucky enough to find it now, beautiful. There may be some places, some venues that actually sell it or still sell it. But I would say absolutely. And if not, of course, they make more of it. They've been making it for hundreds of years. You'll find that next year too. Other than that, we're going to get into the beer specs here and learn a little bit more about Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer. And we're going to do it right now.
Hofbräu Brewery, the pride of Munich and one of Germany's oldest breweries, boasts a venerable history that traces its origin all the way back to 1589. Established by Duke Wilhelm V of Bavaria, this brewery has been a steadfast purveyor of fine beer for over 4 centuries. Its age is a testament to the enduring legacy of Bavarian brewing traditions. The Duke's vision was not merely to create a brewery. He intended to craft beer fit for royalty. Over the years, Hofbräu has successfully upheld its royal heritage, crafting brews that not only delight locals, but also resonate with beer enthusiasts around the globe. This remarkable longevity underscores the deep-rooted connection between beer and Bavarian culture. Hofbräu's commitment to the Reinheitsgebot, or the Bavarian Beer Purity Law of 1516, which states that a brewery is to adhere to the simple yet revered principle of only using water, malt, hops, and yeast in its brewing process. Hofbräu Oktoberfestbier, often simply referred to as Oktoberfest beer, is an iconic and integral part of the renowned Oktoberfest Festival, held annually in Munich, and is one of only 6 breweries allowed to be present at the Munich Oktoberfest, or Wiesn. Historically brewed in March, hence the name Märzen, which also means March in German, and then lagered in cool cellars to be enjoyed during the Oktoberfest festivities. This beer is typically served in traditional 1-liter steins, known as Mass. The Oktoberfest beer is a limited edition release, brewed specifically for the festival season, and its availability is eagerly anticipated by beer enthusiasts and Oktoberfest goers alike. Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer falls into the category of a Märzen, which is a traditional German beer style. Märzen beers are characterized by their amber to reddish-brown color and have a balanced maltness with a clean, dry finish. They are known for their medium body, making them relatively easy to drink. Hofbräu pairs well with roast pork, knuckle, light snacks, roast chicken, white radish, and hard cheese. Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer. ABV 6.3. Hops: Hercules, Peril, Magnum, Select. IBU 23. Color: fine, shiny, strong golden hue. Rough SRM 4.
Well, folks, that's our review of Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer. We really hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the beer specs and learning a little bit more about this brew and this brewery. King Wilhelm V of Bavaria? I never knew that. Isn't that interesting? So, anyhow, definitely thank you for being here. We always want you to be here, and we want you to leave your comments. By the way, we've had some great comments lately, too, by the way. Thank you, everybody. I do want to say, first of all, yes, so I can point correctly, subscribe. I think it's over here. Subscribe. Ring that notification bell. All right, give us a like. Give us some love, right? Okay, let us know what you think. Leave your comments in the descriptions or below the description. Let us know what you want us to do. Let us know how you want us to bring new beers to light. If you've got a beer that you want to see reviewed, tell us about it. We're always open for it if we can find it. In fact, someone actually did mention one, and the closest I can find in my area is up in Asheville, so I may have to take a trip up there to see if I can find it. Remember, I do want to say the Beer Review Logbook, best little book in the world. I definitely suggest you get it. It's from Amazon, $8.99. You can't beat it. Allows you to write your information, your beer reviews down in that book and save them for later. Okay. Of course, if you're ever at a Total Wine, definitely pick up this book if you can find it and if it's still in print. Again, this is 12 years old. It was free from Total Wine. They may have an online version or an electronic version. If not, email them. Ask them if they even have it anymore. And of course, if you're in the upstate of South Carolina or some other locations in the Carolinas or the region, the Upstate or the Ale Trail series. Okay, this is Ale Trail in the sense of going to different locations. I believe there's one for Asheville. There may be one for the Raleigh, maybe one for the eastern part of South Carolina, possibly Georgia, possibly Tennessee. See if you can find these. Go to the beer locations, pick up one. They're free. You can write your experiences down and find your next beer experience. Beer Judge Certification, beer score sheet. Unbelievably indispensable piece of paper. And it's in the description. You can print that out on your own. Areas for you to write your notes down for the 5 categories. You're right. Remember the aroma, the appearance, the taste, the mouthfeel, and the overall impression right here. Write them down, fold it up, put it in your pocket, take it, write down whatever you want to experience, whatever your notes are onto this, bring it back, and of course, transcribe it into your little beer review logbook. How about that? Plus any of the off flavors. It's listed here. So it kind of helps you diagnose what you're tasting if you happen to taste an off flavor. Now remember, again, hopefully it's over here. Subscribe, right? Hit that notification bell. Give us a thumbs up. Like the video. It helps us grow the channel and become a subscriber. Okay? Thank you very much for letting us bring you this Hofbräu. Got it right? Yeah. They're still saying I got it right. Good deal. Hofbräu Oktoberfest beer from Munich, Germany. Now, as usual, I always want to say, Prost! Chin chin! Kanpai! Salud! And of course, from America, cheers. Amazing. I mean, that's all I got to say. It's just amazing. Anyhow, peace, love, and beer.